I'm a Nike NYC trainer, and I'm wearing the Nike Zoom TR1. It's versatile enough.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another stream. We are back with our Gallow Runners Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. Welcome, everyone in chat. Just a friendly reminder. I don't do any Streamlab stuff today. With D&D, I just focus on the story. But I do appreciate you guys for being here. If you do message and stuff, I will definitely be reading it, but I might just not fully process it at the moment. But yes, welcome everyone. D&D jump scare. How is it a D&D jump scare story? We do D&D every Friday here. Sorry, let me just finish setting up. Close that. Alright, I think I am all ready to begin because I can never be prepared for D&D. Nobody can. Yeah, that's true, especially DMs. I've never heard of a DM who's ready for D&D. But it's alright. Let's get right into it. Let me invite my players over. Alrighty. And we are just waiting for them to hop on it. Oh, there they are. Hello, everyone.
Luke will be here in a sec. He just want to stay for a minute.
Okay, no problem. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to our episode 25. Let's go. Now I do want to make a quick update. I feel like we don't need to do a recap for every session. We'll probably just save recaps for if we take extended breaks and stuff, unless somebody requests it.
I think that's fair.
He. So, and it will make recapping even more special as we go on. But how are you guys all doing today?
Doing well.
Nice, nice. That is good to hear. I hope you guys are ready for some D&D after an exciting combative last session.
That better be ready.
Let me go see. Trying to remember anything notable mentioned.
That caught me off guard.
What the?
I didn't know Eden had switched his avatar.
Oh, on Roll20?
Oh,
His PNG tube updated.
on reactive, yeah.
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
different reactive. I can switch mine real quick.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it.
Wow.
It caught me
Wow.
off guard.
if you guys don't know, Delta is also streaming. Everyone go make sure to check out Delta
Make
Crash
the pop noise.
967. Wah! Bah! Bah! Bah!
You ever
Bah!
seen that?
Look at him go.
Bah! 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 Bah!
I'm having so much fun watching this.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, we need the Eden Popcat.
The Eden what?
Popcat.
Proper pop, yeah, Popcat. The
Popcat. That's
Yeah,
what it's called.
Like it's
put
like
the,
the
yeah.
pop.
Yeah, I put the GIF
Story.
in.
Stop staring at me.
Bah! I just love seeing my little reactive.
Save. I need to make one of that now.
Oh, I can send you the template that I found. It was for a Twitter challenge that I just never posted.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like one of those like draw your OCs in this style, but I made
Oh.
I did the large mouth. Quick announcement. Tweak should be joining us in a few minutes. Fandle will also be joining us. However, she might be about 30 minutes late, which is perfectly fine. We'll just have our little rabbit friend join afterwards.
Correct the window.
Yes. But yeah. Alrighty. So let's just jump right into it. Oh, Allstate, you're not getting my money. But yes. So after your encounter with Thinefoot in the after your encounter with Thinefoot in the Adigantic Rabbit Cave, he cast you off, not one of anger, but more of just confusion and shock of what happened, with a pack of wolves descending, risking their lives to seem to just attack ravenously. You were cast out of the cavern and took the path back to Bunnyburrow, where you arrived at nighttime. And with not much to do, you arrived back home to the Peapod Pub, and all took a long rest. Is anyone doing anything during this long rest?
Nothing as usual.
Yeah, we'll probably just make another vial from the alchemy jug and that's it.
Alright.
Or do we? I can't remember if we did that at the end of last.
How many do you have right now?
I have 2.
I think this will be... Oh, actually... Yes, it should be, I think, 3 right now. with
Oh,
this
yeah,
long rest.
because we long rested at the encampment too. I think that's where 2 came from.
Yeah, I think you've done it 3 times in total, now including
Or,
this one. Um, so yes, now you have a third vial of basic poison. Um, Ignis, do you do anything?
Probably not. But I don't think I was doing anything beforehand.
All right. And comfortably through the day, or comfortably through the night, you all just take an uneventful rest. Nothing too wild happens, except for Ignis. What is your passive perception, if I may ask?
If it's that high. 13.
13. Okay. I will say that uh, it will stir you awake enough. You're not used to this sound, as at the wall across from you, where the other room is, in the middle of the night, you hear sounds and noises. But you chalk it off that just another patron of the tavern has rented a room. Uh, and you're able to comfortably go back to sleep.
Okay.
And yes, throughout your night, none of you have any strange goings on. Nunzo, I'm guessing, are you going to Hyacinthia's realm today? Like I said, she understands that you have to also get rest, and when you go to her realm, you don't get as much rest that day as others.
I guess I would take that specific night to rest more.
All right, and yes, so yes, nothing out of normal happens throughout your night, and you are able to wake up the next day feeling fully refreshed. Don't forget to heal up and add any spell slots that you may have been missed, or you may have missed. Um, and in the morning, you can all get ready. Your same normal occurrence. Fennel, in fact, chooses to spend a couple more minutes in bed. Nunzo, and at this point, it's commonplace for you. So you don't really drag them out of bed as much as you have in the past. But yes, I'll say the 5 of you all meet up for breakfast, where you all take note of something odd. You get to your normal table, and the tavern seems completely empty, all but for Tully and Magdalena. Um, and where you would normally see Henry, Alekin, take your table, you actually see Tully this day. Or the 4 of you. Sorry about that. Tully will, he's quite normal this morning. Good morning, all. The regular breakfast for the day?
yes, please.
Of course. I will have that right up for you. And, he will leave the table to go straight into the kitchen to prepare your food.
That was a really strange day yesterday, was it not? With the wolves and the winds.
Yeah, I guess that part was pretty strange.
I think we pretty much have our culprit at this point. It's just a matter of who. Who has the book? Is it you, Ignis?
What book?
The book that Thinefoot gave us?
Oh, yes. I'll pull it out and put it onto the table.
Yeah, you place it in front of everyone to see. I believe the book itself should be in everyone's inventories. Uh, I believe all players can see it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And you can take a moment to read through the book. I'm guessing does one person want to step up and give the information to everyone else? Or verbalize their information?
I mean, I guess my character can start reading through it.
Alright.
That's
You don't have to just read through it. You can just take note of what interests
found
you and such. But yes, the book itself is the Monsters Almanac number 23, volume 23, Werewolves and like Therianthropes.
Wait, does this copy of the book have the what was it? Cinnamon and cumin signatures on the inside?
You open the front of the cover and no, it does not. Actually, instead of a signature, that would say cinnamon or CS and CS. It actually has the Alekin name on it. But yes, just for my audience sake, the book itself is a tome about Therianthropes, a group of cursed individuals, or beast people, separate from the beast clans, that have very powerful attributes, as well as a history. Would anyone like to read the story of the curse for inspiration?
Okay, but where would you like me to start? The history?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just that you had these labeled in sections. It is said that during the early years of life, Alessandre, the orange god of the hunt, fell in love with the white god Kinsa. Though she hunted the beast he created, she revered him as without the beast men would not thrive, and her precious children would be lost in the wilds. She courted the god of animals for many cycles. One day, she created a treat that would be a romantic gift for him, a speary nut. Amid the night, she went to the white god's realm and left a basket for him to find. However, the next day, eager to see him enjoying her gift, she discovered Kinsum instead partaking in her gift with the moon god Wax. Whispers had convinced her that the young minor god had taken her gift and had claimed it as his own. Angered by this, she lashed out, knocking an arrow and piercing his flesh. It wasn't until the ammunition struck the Moonwax, the Lone Watcher's child, that she learned it was but a trick from those who had slithered in the darkness. It was they who removed her name from the gift, and it was they that called Kinsum to bear fruit with the moon god. However, it was too late for the god to take back her arrow. Across Homer, individuals who bathed in the light of Alessandre became corrupted by this malicious act, being cursed as a monster under the wound of the moon god, forever bound to the fury that the huntress god helped her falsifies the tribe.
Let's go. Thank you so much, Nunzo. Give yourself a point of inspiration.
I'm clapping.
Yes, yes. Very, very good reading. And if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to ask. Either the cursed or any of the other sections. Actually, just... Can I pop this out for the viewers?
I'm gonna see there.
If I was like a really cool like editing person, I'd just like flash it on the screen right now for you guys, but this works for now. But yes, you take some time to read this book, and I'll say during it, Tully comes back and provides you a simple breakfast of gruel, eggs, some smoked ham.
Oh, that's pretty yummy. That's good.
And he'll say, of course, if you need anything else, feel free to ask.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a little too early to ask, but do we have any clues possibly pointing towards someone or not? I'm still thinking it's too early to call.
I don't think so, but this book does give us information on actually being able to attack such a beast.
That is true. It says silver weapons,
Or
or we're gonna
I'll
take a
pull
closer
out
look.
my pot of Wolfsbane.
monks? Was Wolfsbane also Monk's Hood?
Yes, that's another name for it.
Okay, that one, yeah.
Your pot
That
of
thing.
Monk's Hood?
Yeah, I picked up the pot of Wolfsbane from the mill a while ago. It's not fresh, but
Oh, yeah. I will say at this point, the pod is pretty much just dried up plant matter. It's not really...
Have you not been watering the plant?
it was dead when I found it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the mill had been abandoned for a while.
Did you try to give it some water?
I mean, it was already like too far gone.
Hey, you never know sometimes.
Spell cure plan.
Malphus and Vess, roll nature checks.
I was like, can I roll a nature check on that?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Dude, great start to the night.
Yeah,
Before we found this
Oh
plant.
my god!
Vess, you're set in your mindset that no matter how much you watered this plant, it would not have come back to life. Malphus, you're set on your mindset that if Vess just watered this plant, it would have bloomed back up. Neither of you are really good with plants.
This is our first argument. How dare you? I don't know poisons.
So that plant There's
There's
also
got to
the
be
key
someone
to-
else that has it.
Well, would you think that there'd still be some at the mill? I mean, that place had quite a few.
No, the frog ate the other part of it.
Oh,
He
are you
ate it?
kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? Of course he did.
Are you sure you don't know of someone who may be interested in plants that might have this?
Yes, but she doesn't have it anymore.
Oh.
Although I can't remember if we ever figured out what Uten did with it. 'Cause I know
Oh.
Uten took or grabbed it from Oshima, but
Ewan was also dating what's her name too, right? On the DL.
Uvala?
Yeah, that one. So bad with names.
Well,
Maybe Uten is our next POI.
I literally made a thread in my journal specifically for names because of that.
I'm gonna leave it to my character that he doesn't like to remember names, so I'll rely on you.
Alright.
Makes me question something, but I don't want to take us off the rails.
I mean,
Feel free to.
shoot, yeah,
Well,
shoot
yeah.
your shot.
Well, the thing is, somehow I think Uvala knew what was causing all the murders. Because you know how everyone has been clueless on who it was? But you see Wolfsbane, this flower, all over the mill where Uvala was. So
And she did-
clearly she might have known something about it.
She did have 2 pots of it, and if I remember correctly, she also made an order for a silvered weapon.
Exactly. So she had some
Oh.
information on it.
How did she die? She was.
For presumably, with the information we know now, someone had clearly tied a rope to her leg, filled the bag with some rocks and a sickle, and threw it out. The body had a slit on its throat, and with the conversation me and this had with a specific somebody, there was clearly some kind of argument that forced Uvalda out of the window. At least, I don't think that's specifically what happened, but that's how they described it as.
Where is this sickle?
I
Fennel should
believe-
have it, right? The
I thought
farming share?
I thought we put it. I thought we gave it to the knights, didn't we?
Oh, I guess we did.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember off the top of my head, but off of oh my gosh, I can't do names. The older guy, Alex Master. That one on the farm.
Roll a history check.
For the Nate,
It's a little one. It's a low one.
they know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Okay,
right?
yeah, you don't have to if you.
We know who you're
That
Yeah,
guy.
okay. No, you're
Anyways,
fine.
There was a tool missing from his wall, and I'm pretty sure it was a sickle. That I might have to roll a history check on.
Oh, Jeremiah?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. The one I charmed.
Yeah.
You charmed him?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, maybe we can try and get that sickle and see if it is a piece. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I guess we have our sights on where we should go then.
So potentially sickle, and for sure we need to talk to you.
Okay.
And as you're having this conversation, the door to the tavern opens, and you see the familiar face of Freddy Fazbarracuda. And he looks around the tavern for a moment, but sets his eyes on you and begins walking over.
Hey, Freddy.
Oh, there you are.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi there.
how did investigating go yesterday?
It was good.
Please tell me you found something. Please.
Yeah.
And a few moments later, Edwin walks through the door. And his greeting is a lot less nice. Oh, by the nine, there you all are. I swear. And he rushes over. I've been looking for you for a full day now.
Couldn't you locate us with the little restraint things?
From what Freddy had told me, I was going... yesterday, I commanded him to bring you to the Duskar base so that you may safely transport Mr. Magwook back to his home. However, when Freddy returned empty-handed with you all, he said that you were all investigating the scene. What were you doing yesterday?
Gaining the trust of some townsfolk.
I can confirm.
Roll me a persuasion check. As he asks, what do you mean you were attaining? Tell me the specifics.
No, because I was swore to secrecy.
Secrecy? This... If you don't remember, we have a crime that we're all supposed to be solving. Secrecy doesn't really follow suit among us. Now, if it involves the investigation, as your commanding officer, I demand you tell me.
Hey, do you have the sickle that was found on Olva's body?
You see an irritated face, and he needs to rub his temples for a moment, just you completely ignoring his question. It's at the Duskar base. Does this involve the investigation?
Actually, yeah, we do think that it involves the investigation.
Oh. Alright. Well, still, what were you doing yesterday? I heard nothing from when I sent Freddy to look for you throughout the town. Who were you with?
Well, it was just us, but we were on a quest at the behest of the head of the Alican family. And that's about the extent of what I can say.
With that persuasion check, he will... What did you learn from the Alicans, and how does it involve the sickle that you found? Do you suspect that they may be involved? And you see he kind of has a face of curiosity and suspicion on his face.
Actually, Oh, go ahead.
Sounds like everyone hates the Alicans around here.
Yes, unfortunately, not unfortunately, evidently, Jeremiah has claimed that some kind of large beast man, was the one who attacked him and killed poor Alec Hearth. And also, he's spread it amongst the town. So, I need to know, if you suspect it's the Alicans, then we can go right now and put this...
Based on what the family has showed us and shared with us, I don't believe they have any involvement in any of this.
Really? What did they show you? Do you have the book just out right now?
I guess.
I think I'm still holding it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I guess I'm short, so it's kind of slightly poking out over the table, but not enough to read the title.
All right. Yeah, he won't say anything about the book you're holding. He just simply asks, do you have any evidence or sources on that proves them of this innocence and such? Or is it simply a gut instinct?
Yes.
Thank you for the hydrate story. The game that redefined MMORPGs? You mean Final Fantasy
Final
14?
Fantasy 14.
In online, free up to level 70 in the first 3 expansions.
Toop. Don't lie.
Oh, for 2?
First 3 campaigns.
First 4, actually. Dusk Trail's coming out real soon, guys.
Alright.
Please stop. Dawn Trail.
No, Dusk Trails is after Dawn Trails.
Yeah.
But sorry, I got an ad. So how do you respond? I'm quite I will show you the sickle, of course, if it involves the investigation, but whatever information you need to hide, I at least need to know the backing of your claim that they are not the ones, as much evidence points towards a beastkin.
That claim is magical seal and evident.
Magical seal.
Actually, is that one of the things that they keep secret, or is that common knowledge? I feel like that's a.
What do you mean by this magical seal? Some kind of charm?
I guess I'll just say it at this point. So, the Alakans, they essentially have this seal with, I forget where it comes from. But basically, they are only allowed to transform in times of emergency or in terms of guarding family stuff. Was that the other?
I will give you a religion with advantage if you want to recall what exactly it was called. You have all the information down. I just think knowing the name of it would provide a lot more. 19, yes. You recall it in particular is a Kokio vow to the gods to the god Alessandre.
Yeah, it's a vow to the god Alessandre.
A vow? Like, a binding vow? A Kokio vow?
That one, that's the word.
You see his face. I believe you. As a paladin, I understand how valuable those vows are.
I know. Would I ever lie to you, Edwin? Come on.
Yes. Yes, you would, criminal.
But when have I?
But
Answer me that. When have I?
in any case, if this involves a Kokio seal, then I will believe your claim. But for now, let's head to the Duskar base first. And I can show you the sickle. Maybe it would spark some more elaboration on the ties between the two.
I lean over to Ignis. You see how he just avoided my question? Didn't recall once.
I kind of just like scraping up what's left on my plate.
Oh, Sir Ignis, if you would like to come as well.
Sir, how fancy.
As for the rest of you,
Might
let's
as
go. And Freddy will also be coming. And as you all head out, you hear Freddy, so hey, where's, Gilbert? And you don't have to answer that.
I like how he doesn't even call him Sir Gilbert. It's just Gilbert now.
He's
That's what
racking up
happens.
the bar tab right now.
I was gonna say that's what happens when you get out of an abusive relationship.
Damn.
I mean, true though.
True. And yes, you leave the Peapod Pub, and I'll say you make it up to here. Before you see both, where you see both Lop and, Holland, running down from the Duskar base. Lop will stop at seeing you, but Lady Holland will continue running down the path. Oh, Sir Edwin, you guys! Do you have a name? Never mind. We have an issue going on in Angor environs right now. And Edwin will step up. Is it another murder? No, sir. It's, group of individuals, they seem to be, convening and making civil plans, without jurisdiction. Well, are you able to handle this on your own? We're not sure, sir. If, you can attend, but I understand if you're busy and all. And he'll run down the path. And Edwin will turn to you a bit confused. Do you...
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Alright.
What could possibly go wrong?
Check out, the evidence?
The commotion.
Oh, I see. I understood that, of course.
Never doubted you for a second.
And you just start walking past him as he just, and like in a little bit of a dumbfounded face, he will start heading over.
That was the most passive aggressive thing you possibly could have said there.
Ready.
Freddy will go back to the base. But yes, the 5 remaining of you arrive at Angor environs, where you see a large crowd has surfaced. There are many people there, many faces you know, many faces you've seen in passing. It seems like a large amount of the townsfolk. Roll me perception checks with out of sight, just to see what you see. As you look in front of the crowds, it seems like the large crowds are surrounding, like I said, the middle of Angor environs is a large tree placed in like a brick planter. Ignis? Did you want to look up front as well?
Oh, yeah. I was reading the character sheet.
No, literally, I was thinking that Vest, like, like, you climbed onto Malphus's shoulders, and, like, you're kind of stepping on him a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I can't see.
Yeah. Ignis, did you want to roll a perception to see what you see?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, there's a
Up in between everybody.
there's a large just collection of people that many of you are trying to push your way through the crowds, but it seems very dense and packed. You see many people that you recognize. People like Abria and the two sisters, Meg and what's her name? Crap. I don't remember my NPC's names. Meg and what's her face?
Penny.
Penny, thank you. You
You're
see
welcome.
Meg and Penny, they're just in the outskirts, patiently listening. You see people, I feel like you've been introduced, like, Ulrich, the centaur, is standing just, impatiently, trying to cut out this noise. You see the two knights, Holland and Lop, kind of standing back, waiting for anything to happen. And I'll say, Vess, you take a stand onto Malphus's shoulders, even stepping on his head, pushing his head down a little bit. But with that boost, you're able to see, standing upon the brick planters are 3 people. Or 2 people. And beside them on the ground is a man sitting in his wheelchair. It's Jeremiah. But on the planters, you see Ricky and another human man. And the human man that you don't know appears to be talking. All right, everyone. You've heard Jeremiah's, what Jeremiah said. It was a beast man who attacked him, who's attacked all the town. Now, I don't know about you, but there aren't many beast men who would be able to do this other than those damn Alikins. And with that, you hear many people in the crowd, like, cheer at that, while very few voices are booing at that. Now, those damn knights won't do anything, but I say the people of Bunnyborough will stand up and arrest them ourselves. And you hear more egregious cheering. I'll say you can all hear that, but you only Vess is the ones able to see that.
Okay.
I don't like what's going on here.
Nor do I.
Edwin, you got a mutiny on your hands.
Edwin will join with his 2 knights, though they aren't aggressively doing anything, so they are just protesting at this moment, so arresting them would probably be in bad touch. And
Would it be hard to make my way towards the front of the crowd?
you can push your way through the crowd as
Sure.
yeah, is anyone joining Malphus?
I'll probably stay back
All right.
and observe.
I'm gonna keep my
Still on his
distance.
shoulders.
And
Yeah, you're along for the ride.
He's coming with me regardless.
yeah, Vess, you don't really have a choice.
I think I'm holding on to your point support as you're walking through the crowd.
Yeah. As you can hear this man, just, spewing this, speech, just... We've tried! The knights promised that they would have somebody in shackles, and yet... more more of our farmers lay dead in the ground. We beg the mayor for assistance, though he only hires a protector for himself. Well, I say no more for this. We've all lost friends. We've lost family. And no one is doing anything. Now we have information and we should go take it to or we should put it on ourselves to handle this situation. Who's with me? Rah! A lot of the crowd's folk are saying. You can see a couple more recognizable people. You can see Magdalena has joined. She's kind of scooching back, like trying to leave. You actually see let's see. You would see Umbrian. He's just listening in the corner. You see that his face isn't impressed or anything. And now, Malphus, I will say, you do see, Jeremiah and Ricky there as well.
And what information do you have to make such accusations rather than that of those who have beast-like features?
Everyone will, not divert, like part, so that you can get, in the front as your voice cheers out. You see Jeremiah and this man's voice, kind of look angrily at you, while Ricky has a strange, expression on his face. You can't really read it at the moment, or read it just at a glance. But the man, I will say you have seen this man in the past. He's just been one of the random people of town. You've seen him in passing, whatnot, though you've never gotten his name. But as he sees you and hears your words, he will say, "What better evidence than a first eyewitness? Jeremiah had been attacked and thankfully lived through the incident, giving a first-hand account of what beastly man attacked him."
No,
And,
Jeremiah only saw the beast.
Jeremiah
not the transformation.
Jeremiah will yell out, "It's true! I saw it with my own peepers! It was some kind of beast man, like a creature of the night. He had all fur and claws and teeth, and he went rah!"
And did you only see the beast, or did you see the actual transformation occur?
Transformation? Transformation? What do you mean by a transformation, my good sir? As the man will ask you.
Uh-oh.
All the eyes are on you, Malphus.
Great. Well, obviously, this is a beast we're talking about, and as far as I know, what Jeremiah here is explaining is no Alakin that I've seen before around here.
Roll me I'll just say general charisma. As they'll take your words, and process it.
Let's go!
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking so passionately.
The crowd kind of just, ignores the transformation part now, and just, so what have you, we've seen, you adventurers interacting with the Alikins. What information do you have that claims their innocence? As there aren't many people among here that have bestial features. And Jeremiah will speak up, "Yeah, like those shifters! Or those bird people, or the fox people, or... They got all kinds of people. How do we know if it's not one of them?"
I'll kind of, I guess, walk forward a bit and then face towards the crowd to talk to the crowd itself, right? So, shit, what was I gonna say? Now, me and our group here are here to investigate what is going on. Now,
And what investigation you've done! Look how many bodies have spewed on the floor. This man does not care about interrupting you.
It's the guy, the orange-haired guy?
Yes, the orange man. Haired man.
No. In terms of the murders, we thought were going down the right path, and we stopped Mona, a problem taken care of. But we all here know Jeremiah's history with the Alekin. You really think that he's pointing the finger because of other reasons?
They'll turn confused by what you mean by history.
Oh, that's not public.
That's true! My history where Thinefoot attacked me many years ago. And the crowd murmurs even louder. You can hear chittering amongst themselves. And if you don't believe my words, believe my son's words. Ricky, tell them what you saw that night. And you see the young boy, Malphus and Vess. I will both give you insight checks at the moment to read his expression. Vess, you see Malphus, you're too busy with the crowd trying to still like work them over on your side, though it does not seem to be working too well. But Vess, you get a glance at Ricky. You can see a face of apprehension, kind of unnerved. Like, he has, like, all the stage lights on him, yet he doesn't want to perform. And, he begins to speak. Well, that night, there was a beast man who attacked. And he'll kind of like, you can see him trying to like make himself smaller than he already is, like mentally. And now Vess, for passing that insight check, make me a perception check now.
Oh yeah, even more checks.
As you hear all right, nice. Okay, I was gonna say that failed so you could use that, but and you hear Jeremiah say, Ricky, tell them what you saw. And Vess, you take note that as he's saying that, you see him moving his hand slowly into one of the bags that is attached to his wheelchair. Like a side bag that's right next to it. It was a man with pointy ears and fur, and he killed Alec. And I ran. See? Would this child lie to you? Now, I'm telling you, there aren't many people here that have pointy ears.
That second thing he said sounded a lot different than the first.
What do you mean by that?
Now, why was that, Jeremiah?
What? Sorry, Vess, what do you mean by that?
I'm trying to point out the fact that Jeremiah is trying to get Ricky to say specifically something that makes it sound like an Alekin.
Listen, I'm not saying it's an... I didn't tell him anything. He said this.
When you said, when you said like, what do you mean best? Was that Jeremiah or was that you?
That was me, the DM.
Okay.
Because I wasn't sure if I made, a contradiction from the two things he said or not.
Okay.
Isn't it from when we first interviewed Ricky that he said he saw nothing?
He said he doesn't remember what happened.
Yeah.
Listen to the boy, folks. It is some beastly man with claws, ears, fur. Now, I'm not saying that I have claws, ears, pointy ears, and fur. I'm not saying any of you folk have claws, pointy ears, and fur. But I know one likely family that would have a member who would possibly have claws, pointy ears, and fur. Is that not right? And you can hear about the same amount of people cheering and booing at that declaration. Yeah. Now, if anyone is with me, I say we go to the mayor right now and demand he do something. Or it will be to the people to decide what shall happen. No, Chick-fil-A chicken strips.
I don't even have those.
No, not Shogun on the Disney Plus bundle. Okay. But yeah. And you just hear more cheering crowds and such. I will say, you do see a smirk on Jeremiah's face.
I think I'm done with the racist rhetoric.
Alright. And with that, if no one else wants to do anything, some of the people will follow this man. Which I will say, throughout the conversation, you learn his name is... Maynard Meyer. I'll put it in chat. And some people, you do see them leaving Angor environs. Let me just... along with him. But for the most part, many of the people just disperse back to their homes. And Vess, why are you going with them? No.
Was I go with them?
Yeah, Vess wants to protest.
And you also see you see Jeremiah and Ricky follow them as well. Nunzo and Ignis, you standing near Edwin and the other knights, you hear him command, "Go follow them." Though they do have their rights to protest. If any actions do require arrests, be civil about it. They don't seem too happy with what's going on, and they're just scared. And the two will just bow at Edwin and follow past the crowd. And you'll see many people still around the Angor environs or about Aubrey and Penny have left. Meg is staying, just confused about the situation. I will say, Vest, for passing both perception checks, you do take note that one of the houses nearby, you see a girl, a young girl, maybe about like 16, 17, and an old woman sitting on their porch. And with the situation going on, you can see them both crying. You see Ulrich leave, you see pretty much the crowd disperse, and everything has gone back to a state of semi-normal. The situation here is getting very tense, and I worry that the resolution will either, the town will either find its own resolution, or we can solve the mystery soon.
Yeah, great job of keeping the peace. Really showed the town who's boss.
Listen, they have their full rights to be scared and angry. They weren't invoking violence at the moment, but we are keeping our eyes on them. If they do act against the Alekin family, then that is when we can step in.
Alright, well, I think there's a sickle with my name on it somewhere.
I will bring up to the group here about the girl and the old lady on the porch. Because I don't know how to deal with that.
Oh, yes, that's Evelyn and Ariel Hearth. That was Alex's sister and grandmother, respectively. Maybe if you wanna speak to them, maybe for some information, I will be at the Duskar base. There I can show you the sickle, but if you want to take that time there, and he'll bow to Ignis and then leave you all.
It's up to you guys.
I'm fine with the way you do it, I just don't know what to say.
I don't know what to do about that.
I already tried
Hi,
my
Volk.
my crowd work today. It only went semi-okay.
I think that went decently well.
You managed to hold a bit of them off. I just feel like they're in too much unrest right now.
Unsurprisingly, Jeremiah was having him, just say what he wants him to say, so.
Yeah. Speak in terms that make it sound like a beastman rather than a beast.
Yeah.
I will say, Vess, I don't know if I made this too clear. So, what you saw was when Jeremiah was reaching into his bag, he stopped, he didn't get fully into his bag or anything, but it seemed like, he stopped when, Ricky began to speak. So it seems like he didn't actually do anything at that moment.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that. You can decide on what that means yourself, but
I mean, I assumed it was like beforehand. Jeremiah told Ricky to say this specific thing, and then reaching the bag for red stuff. Yep.
Malphus, you talked to Jeremiah earlier, right? When you and Vess headed
Yeah.
over. Was his speech any different than how he just proposed it right now?
Now he's just a bitter old man.
oh, state.
You know what? It's a little curious though. In all these attacks, there haven't been a single survivor, and all of a sudden,
That is true.
Oh,
Jeremiah's-
I will also say, you did see Rizabello, the doctor, around. He's still just hanging around in Gore environs too. You saw him in the crowd, but it seemed like he was upset about the whole situation as well.
well, if anybody wants to talk to the two ladies, I think I want to talk to the doctor about something.
Sure thing.
All right.
Can someone come with me when we're talking to the ladies? I'm just afraid of a certain stereotype. I think you could see why.
Yeah.
Even though I don't completely match that description, there are always going to be people who assume.
So you're splitting up?
Or
Alright.
yeah, if anybody wants to also join me, or if you want to wait till you're talking and then join me, I'm down for whatever.
I don't really have much reason anymore to talk to them.
So then
I
I
don't
guess
know what-
yes.
I don't know what information I could get out of them, so.
I guess we'll
see
follow
why
you
not.
for now. Do you want to go over to the two women, Ignis?
To the hearths.
I can.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll split two and two then. We shall begin with Nunzo and Ignis. I'll say it's the sight of the woman crying that you just have the urge to comfort them. And as you step towards their house, Ariel has never seen you before, but the old lady doesn't seem to react. Ariel, in between stops, who are you? Hello.
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 What is it you want?
I am Monzo and Case Ignis. We came over because we saw you two extremely upset and wanted to see if there's anything that we can do to help.
Oh, thank you for that. Would you like to come in? I'm sorry it's a bit of a mess, but, please, Gran and I would enjoy the company.
Okay.
And, she'll help her granny in, as the two make it into the, it's a simple ranch house. There's like 2 rooms off to the side, but it's practically just one room. And you can tell from the kind of beaten up furniture, not much lavishry here. That this is a very poor household. Um, we apologize for our state. I had just lost my brother, as you may know. He worked at the Mag Farms, Alec. And as she says that, you hear the granny kind of wake up for a second. Oh, Alec? Is Alec home? No, no, grandmother. He's not.
Uh,
But, we, like I said, we all apologize. We do know that you're investigating, the situation, though, yes?
oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
we both are.
Oh, well, I. Please, if you could find what did that to my brother, that would give us rest.
Hold up. I might need to go AFK for a bit.
Oh, okay. No problem.
You're fine, I see.
The reason I'm unmute or I'm like saying this instead of just putting in chat is it's a lot longer than normal, like 30 minutes ish.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Alright, I'll be back then.
We can keep talking to this crying girl for 30 minutes.
Tell me, do you have any idea on who might have done it? Were those men right? Was it an Alekin?
Oh, I doubt so.
With the information we have from investigation, it couldn't have been American.
Oh. Alright then. Well, in terms of, everything that went on, I hope you do find him, or find the criminal that caused this. It's just so tragic. The one night he decided he was called to dinner with the Magwugs is when the attack happened. What are the chances?
Yes, yes. Wait. Lim?
And not even an hour prior, he was standing here with me and Gran. We were making dinner, and then Ricky came and said that Jeremiah needed to speak business with him. He assured us he'd be back by nightfall, or by past nightfall, but he never came back, and you see she's breaking down.
Jeremiah.
Yes, his employer. Are you familiar with Jeremiah Maglook?
Bit, yes.
Yeah, we are.
Not the most kind man, but he did offer Alec a job when he needed it after father passed. It wasn't much, but it kept us afloat. But now I don't know what I'm supposed. And she's like hyperventilating at this point. She's kind of a bit hysterical.
There.
You place your hand on her shoulder, or on her
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know why that flew over my mind.
I just assumed when they're there, trying to figure it out if you're trying to comfort her. Yeah. How do you comfort her? I'll give you the narration.
I'll just awkwardly do like a couple pats on her back.
I guess
Yeah, she'll accept the pats on the back and then move to like a seating area or like seating spot. Uh, if you'd like to sit, there are 2 extra chairs. She's kind of sitting on like a very worn old couch, with her granny.
I'll take a seat.
I will say. Sorry.
I just asking if he's taking a seat.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and you all take a seat. They didn't put any like refreshments or anything, but there's a small coffee table sitting next or sitting in front of you. Um a line, Lululemon, no. We're having a sad moment. But this girl just continues to cry. Your pats do seem to have calmed her down a bit. I do not mean to speak ill, but Jeremiah, what do you think of that man, though?
Truthfully, not a huge fan of him.
And you, Nunzo?
He's extremely aggressive, especially towards those with any kind of bestial properties. And he especially got. He chewed my ear quite a couple of times because of my ears and my tail. Definitely not the kindest thing.
Yes, I was quite shocked to hear that he was attacked by one of the elder of the Alican family. We quite, not many people I think do that, but I will say, I didn't want to speak rudely if you found him as a friend. But
no, quite the contrary.
Understandable.
I've nary talked to the man, but from what I've heard from my brother, he always worried about how he treated poor Ricky. And did you see how he acted at the rally? It was almost like he was forcing him to say those words.
I agree.
But I can't doubt I wasn't there, only they were. But my brother, he always cared for young Ricky. He always worried how his father treated him, and when some months ago it got especially worse. But as Alex said, it just somehow became better. But not in a good way. He would always say that it was like Ricky would just blindly follow him now. He was always a bit of a mischievous child, but even to his father, but come recent months, it's like Alex said, he changed. And I don't know the reason. I don't think that has anything to do with your investigation at all. I don't know the family life of the Magwugs, but I just without Alec there, I wonder how Ricky will be.
That is a challenging thought. Now that you mention it, you said that Ricky sounded like he was forced to say what he was saying.
Well, that's my theory. It was a big rally. There were a lot of talking, but from just from my own biased account of what I've heard from my brother, I wouldn't be too surprised. And yet, I'm sure being attacked by a killer like that would be truly dangerous, and he might process information and remember his accounts later on or differently. I don't know. I don't mean to doubt him or anything. I'm sure it was traumatic, but I just worry for the child is all.
I understand. I think we can sort of back that up with some evidence because I managed to talk to Ricky during our investigation in the Poop Farms and heard of that incident. He said
The incident? You mean the incident that killed her brother?
yes, that. What do you think I mean, Eden?
No, I'm
That's
questioning.
interesting.
Yeah, I know. You're saying this to her. That's why I'm
Great.
clarifying.
Let me guess. It sounds more darker than it needs to be.
No. I just wanted to point out. You said you've heard of the incident. Yeah, the incident that killed your brother. You've heard of it, right? Possibly. Yeah, sorry. Okay. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just found that humorous.
It's fine. That must have just been a brain fart moment.
But yes, continue.
We, if I recall correctly, what Ricky told me is that during that incident happened, Jeremiah told Ricky to run, and Ricky ran into another room. Didn't provide any description of the beast whatsoever. So it's almost like he didn't even see the beast at all.
Well, like I said, I'm sure it was a traumatic moment for the child. It could be him recollecting his thoughts after the fact, but it could also, as you're suspecting, just at the end of the day, I would hate to see that poor child like my Alec.
Yes.
And the granny, who has been silent, her face has been very somber. Just that sad grandma look. That universal sad grandma. Oh, is it just me? Oh shit, never mind.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the grandma from Coco.
I was
Yes,
literally
sir.
they just think of Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, yeah.
She'll speak up. Did Alec have any effects on his person? The knights said that his state would be too bad for us to see. But did he have anything to remember, for us to remember him by?
So that's all you.
We didn't find anything on his body, but I do happen to have one thing from him. It may not be what you expect, though. I pull out the card, and I'll just say, this is a love card he gave to me one day.
Oh. Well, it's something to remember him by. And her weary hands will take the card and kind of grasp it close to her heart. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am sorry it's not really the thing that you would expect, but that's all that I have.
Thank you.
I'm so tempted to just start playing Remember Me.
No, please don't.
I would if copyright wouldn't instantly
Yeah.
shoot me.
Kill you.
Yeah. Um, if you would like, you can stay for lunch. I'm preparing a simple salad. But feel free to join us.
Alright. What do you say, Chris? I feel like that would be a good idea.
Oh, yes. I'd be honored.
Thank you, by the way. That's a very kind gesture.
Of course. Now, if you two wouldn't mind helping, and you two spend the next little bit helping prepare the salad and have a meal with the two grieving hearts. And let's head to Malphus. Vess is quite silent. Vess is still
That's
riding
fine.
on your shoulders.
I had to mute myself. To be honest, I didn't know what he was gonna pull out, but I swear for a second I thought it was gonna be like the tooth that murdered him. I was gonna be like, whoa.
Oh my god, no. First of all, that wasn't even on Ulrich, but second of all, Jesus Christ.
It was like,
I was
oh, the
hoping
murder
that-
weapon or the weapon that questions his sexuality.
Yeah.
One or the when you said that, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it is something from him.
It is.
It
I
is.
mean, you could have
What
said you were asked the knights if there's anything on his persons that you would be able to get back to the family.
Honestly, I figured if Malphus or Vess were here, they would just pull something out of their bag and lie.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
they-
scimitar.
Oh my god.
I don't know. But I will say, Nunzo, you also did find flowers on him. I don't think you took them, but
I didn't take the flowers, no.
okay. But yeah. Alright. But back to Malphus and Vess. I know you didn't take the flowers. I just remember you pointing that out. Not that cold-hearted. You're right. You aren't. I wouldn't think it's cold-hearted, though. Just to lie. Like, it would be a good lie in my head. Like
Like, get caught.
yeah, and like, it's like a white lie, so they have a piece of him. I don't know. That's what I would have done, but I'm not playing in this.
Policy.
That is right. Lawful good character. You are correct. But back to Malphus and Vess.
Yeah.
Malphus, you catch sight of Rizbalto. Rizballo. And
Is that the full last name? Where's Bello, or is it 2 words?
no, it's just one name.
Okay.
Rizballo. You've never learned their first name is Doctor. Their last name is
Born into
Rizbello.
that possession.
Yeah. It's like somebody named Hunter or
Oh
Fletcher.
my god.
Just Dr. Rizbel. Uh, but yes, you follow him, or you follow them to their clinic, where they catch sight of you. Oh, Malphus, Vess. Hello.
Hey Doc.
Catch the show?
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least.
Yeah. Many
I
people
didn't
are.
like where I was headed. I tried to say a few things, but it didn't end so well.
Many people are just on edge. They're just looking for a solution. Most of the people, I promise, even Maynard, they're good people. They're just scared. Jeremiah, on the other hand,
Actually, I was curious if I could steal some of your time and talk to you about something,
oh, yes.
preferably in a private area. I don't know if you have an office or something.
Oh, yes. Step into the clinic. There's nobody here today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised. I thought Jeremiah would spend more time in my clinic, but just yesterday morning, after but a day of care, he said he was right as rain and demanded he was let go.
Were you able to check him out before he left?
Yes, I was.
I mean, and did he seem healed enough to leave?
That's the thing. At a glance, he did look like the carcasses. He did look like your one friend, uh, with all the cuts and scrapes and stuff, but they were much less severe than what the others would be about. The others were ripped up to shreds, body parts laying about and such, from what I've heard from the investigation and all.
Mm-hmm.
But he just had many surface level cuts and tears. They were still quite severe. He was bleeding, but it seemed like not many of them were lethal, which was strange. And the most severe damage that I could find from him was he had a broken nose.
Broken.
Yes. I will say I forgot to mention this. Malphus and Ves, when you went to the front of the crowd and when you saw Jeremiah, he did look pretty beat up. He did have many like bandages and gauze around his limbs and such, but he also did evidently have like gauze plastered onto his nose.
And I know you said they were severe but not fatal, but he seemed okay to leave only after 2-3 days of bed rest?
Yes, I would have still kept him up, but he demanded that he'd be left alone, or left to his own devices, and he assured me that he would take the proper bed rest and at home, and Ricky would take care of him. Against my better judgment, he demanded, and I can't just force somebody to stay in the clinic.
He's not one to change his mind too easily.
Quite. But from my general diagnosis, he wasn't. It wasn't like he was still forced to be in bed. He seemed quite all right, actually. But yes. Was that what you wanted to talk about? I'll be quite honest. I'm kind of glad that he is out of my clinic. He was not the best patient of mine.
I can only imagine. Were you at the scene when Ogden Farm was attacked? I can't remember.
Ogden? No, I was not. I was tending to your friend's past companion.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
I think
from what
that's
I
all the. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. He was just, or they were just gonna say, by the time I finished, aiding your friend, they told me that the body was too far gone for my work.
Hmm. I think that's all the questions I had. I mean, mainly I was here to ask about his injuries because I guess I really didn't take a look when I was here the other day.
Yes, I mean, he did have some severe, or not severe injuries, but, uh, they were pretty deep. It was strange, uh, though he was a lot less racked than his fellow victims.
You said like deep but not fatal. Would you say like out of the area of, if a deep spot was somewhere else, it could have been fatal?
Yes,
If that makes
it's
sense.
the wounds look like it permeated the skin, but it looks like no vital organs were ruptured, no no deep lacerations, such.
And
Unfortunately, I will say, I did find some fur or some hair on him as well, on his person. Um, it was black and white, strangely enough, but it does match with what he stated about a furred creature attacking.
all right, I think that's all I have.
Um, all right. Well, if there's anything else I can help with, I don't really leave my clinic and the environs too much. With the killer still being out and about. By the gods, imagine if the only doctor was attacked. Pray tell that doesn't happen.
Well, I wish you the best, and hopefully we can put this to rest sooner than later.
Thank you. Would you care for a treat? I have these for the kids, but I'm sure, uh, I'm sure everybody needs, a moment of joy at this moment. And from from his desk, he'll pull out a small glass jar filled with little wrapped candies.
Oh, sure.
And
I'll just
he'll,
take one.
all right. You pull out a nice blue one.
Ooh.
Uh, Goodbye, Malphus. Goodbye, Vess. Actually, roll me a perception check, Malphus. It's not high at all.
Oh boy.
What was that? Sorry, I can't see the.
6.
Oh, 6. Okay, yeah, you did actually pass that. Um, you see, as Vest turns around, Vest doesn't seem too interested in the candy, but Rizabello, sneaks a piece of candy into his bag, into Vest's bag, a green one. I don't know if Vest can hear me, but I'm putting a candy in Vest's bag.
Get pranked.
Get pranked.
Oh, he ruined it.
Wow, Delta. Okay.
Can I delete message? Yeah,
No.
I Eden can, I think.
I don't think I can delete other people's messages, unfortunately.
Surprise ruined.
Wait, let me double check. Yeah, it's not giving me the option to. R.I.P. But anyways, with that, you can leave the office. And I will say, where do you want to go, Malphus? You do not see, Ignis or Nunzo, where you left them, in the middle of the environs. You're kind of standing right under the shade of the large oak tree.
I'm assuming I saw the house that the two women were.
Yeah, Vess pointed that out to you.
Okay, I can go knock on the door and see if they're still there.
All right. And yes, you do hear some talking. You do recognize the voices of Ignis and Nunzo there.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Right. A few moments later, Ignis, Ariel hears the rapping on the door and will ask you to get it. Can you please check who that is? We weren't expecting any more company.
Oh, of course. I'll walk up to the door. Oh. Why, if it isn't Malphus.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know you bought a house here.
Oh, this is not my, homestead.
I know.
Oh, you knew? Then
Yeah,
why did you ask
it's called
my
a
mother?
joke. Are you
Oh.
a magician?
He's a magician, not a comedian.
Oh my god, you're all entertainment.
That was quite rude. We are separated in different categories.
Alright. You can show me later. We're just checking in on you guys.
Nunzo, you'll hear Granny Evelyn say, Alec, is that you? I'll say you all actually hear that.
No.
Oh. And Nunzo, make me a perception check with advantage. Because it is based on hearing. Let's see if your perception hearing is better today.
Yes, it is.
Cleaned out the ears this morning.
Alright, yeah. You cleaned out the cotton swab with the old woven cotton swab. Nunzo, I will message you here as you hear this old woman mutter something under her breath. Alright.
Anyways, oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
You guys about done here, or what do we do? Ignis, I'm talking to
What?
you. You're the one at the door.
Oh yes. Come in, I guess.
Oh, just
No.
this.
I don't know.
You can answer my question.
Oh, what question? Sorry, I was
I asked if you guys were done or what was going on.
Oh, we were conversing with some townsfolk.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm supposed to invite them in or not. This is weird.
Yeah.
It's
So
right the door. Somebody else is
you
not
open the
there.
door and you welcome in Malphus and Vess, and for a moment, Ariel looks confused. Just uh, hello.
I feel like we should have asked him for. Never mind.
Don't worry, these
Hey.
are some friends of ours.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well,
No,
nice.
his name's Vess.
I was just about to
God,
make that.
Malphus.
You know
Oh,
what?
no, sorry.
You know what?
Every time I
Take-
keep on doing it.
Take 2 minus 2 psychic damage.
Oh, darn.
Wait, for real?
2 minus 2 is 0.
Yeah.
But oh, I see. Well, nice to meet you. My name is Ariel. That is my grandmother Evelyn. Please, will you join us for lunch? We're having a nice salad.
Oh, need any help?
Yes, we're almost finished, but if you would like to help make the dressing.
Sure. I guess I'll go over to where she is and help.
Also, Nunzo, I changed what Granny Evelyn said. That first part was kind of just a joke. That's actually what she said.
Oh, okay.
I also spelled that word wrong. It's fine.
I can't believe I wrote that reminder almost a month ago, past a month ago. And I forgot all about it.
But yeah, I'll say you don't have to roll for anything. You helped. Malphus and Vess, you notice how dilapidated and not well off they are from their household. But out of the kindness of their hearts, they invited you to lunch, and it'd be rude to rude to deny them. And I will say you spend the next hour enjoying the meal. It's a simple salad of lettuce, some pitted olives, a simple dressing, maybe some onion and some tomato.
I'm digging the salad.
It is a very good salad. Delicious. And after you finish the meal, she'll take the dishes and begin to wash them in the sink. Well, thank you for spending the afternoon with us. It made us feel comfort that there are kind souls like you trying to figure out what happened.
Well, we're glad that we can help.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, and do come back if you do have any updates on Ricky and all. I know we're not much, but never mind. Never mind. But I understand that you must have more engaging priors to comfort my gran and I. I do wish you a good day.
You as well. I appreciate the lunch.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Malphus, I will say, you took particular note to not add the salt into the dressing.
It's not to kill Vess.
You don't want to make Vess sick now, do you?
Just dry him out. He's fine. To water him later.
But alright.
Alright.
Sweet.
Where are we headed?
Oh, we just have to go find that sickle. back.
I do have
at
a feeling
the
though
base.
that it is Jeremiah seems to be a bit suspicious.
If you guys decide to investigate him more, I might need to stay away from him. I think you know why.
I think Ricky knows something and he's not saying it.
You think so?
I think so. Think about it. From what we know of the murders, it's all been a massacre. No one survived, and now all of a sudden we have 2 survivors, 1 not injured at all, and 1 kind of injured, who happens to not be able to use his lower half. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right.
No, the only thing I ever recall Ricky saying is that he was just told to run off when the attack happened.
He never
That's all.
specifically said he saw a beast.
Yeah, he never did.
Also, if the same sickle is the one found on her body, that is the one that's missing from his wall, that also does not bode well.
No, it does not. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get going to the base.
Does the monk's hood look visibly dead at this point? Like it
Yes.
looks like it's okay. Never mind on that idea then.
Yeah, I will
You
say
thought-
it's. I already said that when you first found it, it looked like it's
I don't think I
already
was
starting
there.
to wilt. Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, we can
Thank
Well,
you.
when you found it initially, it was already starting to wilt, and that was probably like a week ago.
Nah. Good time.
Well, if we can't find any more of those flowers, there is a silver weapon at the is it Steel and Soil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pieces are there. They just haven't fit together yet. We shouldn't do anything too rash.
Alright. To the base.
All right. Heading to the Duskar base. I will say, you all do see the crowd has moved to Mayor Peter's farm. Not as big of a crowd, but there are a good amount of individuals. Not these two. I don't know why these two are here. Bye. They're back at their respective stomping grounds. But yes, you do hear the voices. You do hear the yelling of Jorn up front as you pass by. But just as you walk past, you don't make out exactly what he's saying. But yes, so the 4 of you make your way towards the Duskar base. I'll move Vess along. Ignis, are you joining?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, you make it to the Duskar base, the little castle area, and you step inside to find. You see Freddy is begun his midday training. It seems like he's upgraded to an actual steel sword and is now striking a wooden dummy in the corner. But at his desk, you see Edwin, and he already has the sickle on his desk, and he heeds you over. I have the sickle right here. Tell me, what do you want to do with it? What's your... How can it help?
Well, this is the sickle that was found on Uvala's body, correct?
Incorrect. It was found, within the bag that it wasn't on Ovala's body, of course. It was in the bag that was used to tie her down.
It was around the body, essentially.
Yes.
And was there a correlation between this bladed weapon and her throat?
From our investigations, we suspect as much, though we could not find any blood or anything from this rusted tool. It seemed likely that this was the murder weapon.
Well, there's a good chance, knowing this community, that this weapon, or this sickle, was potentially made here. I was going to take it to the mill, the blacksmith, and see if maybe he had recognized it.
Oh.
See who it belonged to.
That is a very keen idea. Though I don't know. That is quite a smart plan. Yes. All right then, and he will allow you to take the sickle.
Thank you.
But still do bring it back, as it is still evidence, and try not to touch it with your hands, as like you're about to grab it.
I guess I'll pull a cloth out of my bag and pick it up with the cloth.
Yes.
Better?
Yes. Better. He takes a sigh of relief.
Don't want to mess up your forensics, guys.
I guess we know our next stop.
Yeah?
Alright,
Time to go see somebody's friend.
Yep, that's all it is.
And then I wink to Nunzo.
Huh? let's just get going.
that's such a Nunzo response. I like that.
Yeah, you seem like a playing character. I can do it.
But Freddy will say, Master Edwin, I've finished my training. May I go with them? Yes, Freddy, you can accompany them. But make sure they're on their best behavior. Yes, sir. I'm coming along, guys. And he skips towards you.
Oh.
We gladly accept you, Freddy.
Come along now.
Does Freddy walk like a Lalafell?
Oh my god.
Is he that short?
Nah,
No.
he didn't just crap his pants.
Damn.
Wow.
Listen, Eden era up is nothing if not Lollipop slander.
You know, it kind of works with the background of the character.
Yeah. But everybody give me an insight check, real quick. Only if you want to. You don't have to. Not forcing you to.
Fine, I'll do a religion check.
Man, I cannot see tonight.
All right, do that religion check. Do it, Ignis. No more insight check. Do a religion right now.
Wait, I have to do
Hey, who's higher?
Nunzo, you're the only one to take note. Looking at Freddy, he seems a lot more. He's not as buff as when he was an adult, mind you, but you remember him as the skinny little fish boy kid that you met a few weeks ago. But now he seems to be sturdier, we'll say, after about his week of training under the Knights. And Ignis, here, God, I need to give you something for the religion check.
Oh no.
Ignis, you're just walking and you remembered reading the story in the werewolf book, yes? and you recalled some names that you don't remember fully. That being the Lone Watcher and the Moon God. I will say that the Lone Watcher correlates to Cosmos, the a god of the Red Pantheon, known to be a god of the celestial bodies. And you know of the story of her sons, the two moons in the sky, Wax and Wane. They're minor gods, so they don't affiliate with any of the colored pantheons. But all across Homer, everyone knows them as the personifications of the two moons in the sky. That's what you got from your random religion check. But yes.
Oh,
And as you finally arrive at the Steel and Soil, where you actually just see Grimthrick in front.
oh no.
Or I'll say that you don't walk in yet. You just look into the window.
Alphys, are you gonna be okay walking in there?
I was muted. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh, I just noticed his body's not there anymore. I gotta move. Sorry, I forgot.
Wait, who's bloody?
Alex was just there still.
Oh. Also, Vess is still at the base.
Oh, here, let me move him. But yes, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'll walk up to Grimtic.
Alright. You open the door, and luckily for you, there's no hammer nor weapon thrown at you. As you see Grimthrick just standing there. He actually is reading a book. And you can see he has a pair of iron spectacles on his face this time. And he'll take it off as soon as you come in. Ah, look who's here.
It's just a little old me. And my
Mr. Loverboy is here.
group. Oh, okay.
And as he says that, actually, Malphus, you hear like a couple things like crash in the back room before you see Ignis calmly walk out.
Oh, Ignis, what are you doing back
Or
there?
not Ignis, sorry, Bernie walk.
I
sorry.
like that everybody is just Ignis.
Fire Jadasi.
Oh no, the tiefling racism strikes again.
He's not a tiefling though.
I know, but
That makes it worse.
he's got horns.
It's like calling a Puerto Rican a Mexican.
Oh my god. This is too... Alright, okay, let's just keep going.
You're killing me right now.
But yes, he'll walk over. Oh, hello, Malphus. Friends. I'm guessing you're here for the chains?
Actually, we're here on business for something else. But if the chains are done,
Yes. They were actually done this morning.
oh, perfect timing.
Hmm.
Nunzo, your chains.
Yes, I will take the chains.
And Bernie pulls out, or he doesn't even pull out a box. He's got like a wheeled cart, like a wooden wheeled cart, and you see him push it towards you. There's a very large box on it, and he'll place it down. And as the box slides off of the cart, you hear a very audible like plunk with jingle, jingle, jingle.
That's a long
Nice.
chain.
Hey, hey, hey! Before you touch that, what about the rest?
The rest of the gold?
Half now, or half then, half now, right?
Yes, and 65 for is what we agreed on for the other half.
Yes. I am a dwarf of my words.
All right, here you go, and I will give him the 65 gold. I'm
Alright.
doing some quick math right here, so it means
and Ignis, or not Ignis, yeah, Ignis actually. You not in the midst of this conversation. You can roll me an insight check.
Yay. Oh.
You passed it. You take note on the face of Bernie. His eyes are, he has dark skin, but like the gray under his eyes are much darker gray than the rest of his body, and like his eyes aren't even fully open at this time, but he has a smile as he's just like talking to Malphus. Yeah, well, Malphus, what else did you need if it wasn't for the chains?
I'm actually. Could you tell me if the sickle was made in this black facility?
A sickle?
I can't think of the name.
Grimthrick? Or Master Grimthrick, would you know anything of this sickle? I'm guessing you hand it to them.
Yeah, I'll set it on the counter.
In the cloth.
Yeah.
Grimthrick. Yeah, Grimthrick will pick it up with his bare hands and hold it over.
I'm not gonna stop him, I don't really care.
Looks like my craftsmanship. Might have been mine. I don't know, I make a lot of sickles. We're in a farming town. Sickles are used for farming. This one does... Is this... Why is there rust on this one?
It was found in the water.
In the water?
Mm-hmm.
What? And he'll throw it at the side of the wall. Not to anybody, but just, he'll throw it at the wall and it will... The pointy end will stick on to the wooden wall as he screams out, "Somebody left one of my sickles submerged in water?"
So it is yours.
Like I said, I crafted it some time ago. I don't know whose it is, but if you find out whose sickle this is, lend me at 'em. I'll wring their neck.
Tell him.
Well, I don't know if it's actually...
It doesn't matter.
I was kind of hoping he was still hospitalized when we go to his house, but... You don't have any sort of bookkeeping or any markings on your craftsmanship of when roughly it was made?
Listen, Mallory. If I wrote a ledger with every single sickle I've made, I would have like 5,000 pages.
Isn't that basic business etiquette?
We're in
What
a
are you gonna do
farming
when the-
town.
What are you gonna do when the tax man comes?
Taxes?
Oh my god. Grimthick, are you not paying your taxes?
Me not paying my taxes are none of your business. What is a taxes,
To the mayor.
by the way?
No,
What
no,
is?
no. So it's who is taxes?
Oh, taxes is a person. Oh, I see. Well, I'm not paying them anything.
It's a concept. Yeah, eat the rich, am I right, Grimthick?
He'll bow his head at that. Feel that?
Can I do a history check to recall if taxes are in Ookla?
Yes.
What do you mean, of course? There's towns, of course there's taxes.
Yeah, roll me history works. For political and global stuff. E18. Yes, most definitely. You know that, the monarchy of Appia, does collect taxes. You mainly suspect that the or the individual towns have an appointed leader and such, and that appointed leader will take the responsibility of collecting the taxes, then send it over to the higher body.
So Griffith really doesn't pay his taxes.
No, he does not. Useful information for the future, potentially.
That's hilarious.
Chat, I am going to regret that later. Anyways. It's gonna be like session like 136, and you're just gonna be like, hey, Grimthrick, I know you're saving our lives and everything, but this is free.
Yeah, according to my prediction, we will be in Buddiesboro for the indefinite future. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope
Will be
not.
very useful information. Blackmail.
But
Yeah.
why were we talking about taxes? What were we talking about?
Anyways,
Who's
this sickle.
Texas?
All you can
Yeah,
tell
this
me is that you
sickle.
made it.
Yeah, it does look like my craftsmanship. I assumed that it wasn't. I assumed that it was whoever owns this resides in the town. I don't do much offhanded work. Like, usually if people come by, they ask for 100 gold pieces worth of bronze or a custom made bullseye lantern. They don't typically ask me for sickles. You can buy sickles at most any place. So I assume it's someone in towns. And when you find them, and he'll pull your collar just a little bit. Not like aggressively, but just like a little bit intimidatingly. If you find them, Mallory, tell them Grimthrick is coming for you.
Alright, you'll be the first to know once I find out the owner.
Thank you. And he'll let go of your collar.
I'll take the cloth and I'll go and pull it out of the wall, I guess.
Alright, yeah, you take back the sickle. Wait, actually,
Please.
Don't do it.
but it's fun!
But my -1.
But it's fun. Okay,
Alright, I'll roll.
Malphus, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, sleight of hand? Oh, that's not any better.
It's a +1.
Just
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah, you're able to delicately pull it out of the wall. See, I can be nice sometimes, guys.
So I thought it was gonna be a knife in the meat situation. If you know, you know.
I just thought the sickle was gonna break.
Do you know what I'm
the wall.
talking about, Eden? Please say yes.
Knife in the meat?
Yeah. I'll tell you later. It's okay.
Okay. But, alright. Anything else you want to do here? Or,
No.
anything else you need from me?
That's all. Thanks for the help.
Alright. Scram.
Bye, Grimsick. Bye, Bernie.
Bye, Malphus. And about that thing I was talking about a couple days ago, did you maybe wanna, Actually, he won't say that, in front of Grimthrick. That's embarrassing. You guys can walk out, and he'll stop you a few steps away. Malphus, remember how I was saying, maybe you wanna, get some dinner, meet my family?
Yeah. Do you still want to do that?
Yes, if you want to.
Of course.
Yes, yeah. Now, Malphus, you can roll me an insight check to see if
Oh,
you can
boy.
sense the weariness and fatigue of this poor Genasi. You don't take notice of it.
I'm lost in his eyes.
Yeah, his weary, droopy eyes. All right. Yeah, I'll let them know you're coming over tonight. Angor Environs, the glass blowing shop.
Okay. But you might want to tell your sister to cool it with the colorful words.
Oh, Malphus, we're fire genasi. We never cool it.
True.
Oh.
And then he'll walk in.
Anyways, wouldn't want her to say something like that in front of your parents.
Oh, oh, that's what you mean. I'll go. I'll go speak to her about that. Oh yeah. Who picks up the crate of chains?
That's all Nunzo. It's his chains.
You know, I was like, yeah, Nunzo.
Nunzo.
I did my part. I pay for half of it.
Nunzo, do you need help? Freddy will offer.
Yeah, I might need help.
All right. Freddy is
How are
going.
you ever gonna get stronger relying on help from others all the time?
Listen, when I became a
Just
ranger, I
out of
chose to-
character? That's crazy to say about. But sorry.
I chose the art of the bow. You don't necessarily need to be the strongest man in the world to use a bow. If I wanted to go strength, I would have went with the great sword path.
All right, and Freddy will help you. You have advantage on this athletics check.
Watch as I grab the chains and crumble.
Yeah, Grimthrick is watching you at this moment.
12 is not bad, but it's not good.
Yeah, unfortunately not good enough. As you and Freddy both take a side and you heave it, you feel your arms shaking as you try his best. Freddy will also. Oh, that's cocked. He also got an 11. Yeah, he is also struggling to help you carry this box. A cocked dice means it fell in a way where the face isn't landing in a correct position. Where it's like, maybe it's on two positions or not. I wasn't sure if that's what you were confused about, Malphus.
No, I was just making sure I heard correctly. That's all.
Yeah. But after, I'll say you probably get up to the doorway before both of you just drop the crate.
Yeah, this is a lot heavier than I expected.
What did you expect? You ordered 100 gold worth of bronze chains.
Yeah, fair point.
Well, at least you don't have to take it far.
Nunzo, I believe we can do this. Let's try again.
Okay.
And he will give you advantage once again. Athletics check. God, I forgot. Wait, so do we have no strength-based characters in this campaign anymore?
Fennel.
No. Fennel has a 1. I get the 13. Can I
Looks
use
like
a point of
Ignis is
inspiration to reroll
multi-classing
this?
into fighter.
You can, but it would just be a normal roll.
Okay.
If that's what you want to use your inspiration on.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, no, the three of you are just watching. You guys are already outside. Bernie is also there with you, just also watching.
You know what? I have 2 points. I have 2 points. I might as well waste one.
Oh wait, you have you.
I only have one.
Yeah, Delta, you're only supposed to have 1 point of inspiration at a time. If you get additional ones, you can't like stack it or anything. So it would be using your point of inspiration too.
Okay. Don't murder me. Okay, yep, murder me. Okay, yep, kill me. Bury me underground.
I mean, at least it's not a nat one. As the two of you continue to struggle, Freddy seems like he's getting a grip on it, but like it's like slanted because you're struggling heavily as you can't hold it anymore and you drop it once again. I'll say you probably just get out, and Grimthrick will just look at you as you're like 5 feet out of his door. Do you need to borrow the cart?
Yeah, probably. Yes, we need to borrow the cart, please.
And you see him stand up. You see him slam down his book on the table, and he'll wheel over the cart.
Okay.
Tip.
I guess it's.
You should charge him to rent, Grimthrick.
Ha! Roll me a persuasion check, Melvin.
I'm having one of those nights.
The chaos in you, I feel it. That's a good idea!
How about no? Because this is already painful enough.
But what if you break his cart? He's got to have compensation.
You're right. How about we say a silver piece? And you can borrow it for the day.
Sure, I can waste a silver.
Thank you!
Wow. Did you hear
I
that,
bet-
Grimthrick? Waste.
Money's money. And he'll hobble
Yeah,
back. I will say he walks like a Lullabelle.
Oh, no.
Money is money, Malphus. Surely this won't come to bite you later.
Yeah, just remember we paid for half those chains.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe I'll
alright.
take my half of the chains.
So the cart is right in front of you. Do you lift it up onto the cart?
I'm gonna ask see if Bernie can help.
Oh, he'll look to Malphus. Yeah, I can help. He's gonna roll this with disadvantage.
Oh, he's tired. Leave him alone.
He has not slept in 3 nights.
No.
Oh, you know what? A 14. A 14 is good. You see him struggling. Like, he has muscles, but he still just... And with a big plop, it lands on the cart. There you go, buddy. And he slaps you on the back.
You gonna be okay?
I'm fine.
Uh,
Malphus! Dinner!
Yeah.
You, me,
Dinner?
you, me.
Yeah.
Hey! Wait, I want someone to draw that now.
oh my god.
Malphus just saying that and just tired as Birdie, just yay! Alright. And yeah, he'll walk in and close the door.
Okay, I guess I'm taking it.
Alright. Honestly, it's good that he didn't roll any higher. If he rolled over a 20, it would have broken the card!
Wait, really?
Oh, I would have laughed so hard.
Oh my god.
He slams down the train. But alright.
Strength.
But anyways...
Are we wheeling this to the House of Cha? Or are we wheeling it to the Peapod?
I'd have to go to the House of Cha unless we're getting to Noah to the Peapod.
Huh?
Tanoa has to.
I can just imagine
just
that was
asking,
like
I
a
don't know if
that was a fourth wall kind of thing. Nunzo just saying that out in the open. Unless Tanilla comes to the Peapod, no response.
No, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Where do you
Nope.
plan on doing what
That
you need to
wasn't
do
in
with
there.
these?
Right.
If you're doing this at the pea pod, I don't think you're getting these chains up to the second floor.
No,
My-
no, we're doing. Who said anything about the pea pod?
That's what I'm asking. I'm just asking what direction we need to go in.
Okay, we need to go that way. I point towards the house of Cha.
Alright, let's go.
Alrighty.
I'm going.
Choo-choo.
Yeah, you head to the house of Cha. Also, I don't think Fennel's coming on this session, by the way.
They said they were
Children.
coming home
Yeah.
an hour ago.
Oopsie.
They got lost.
It's okay. Hope they come back soon. But honestly, but yes, to the House of Cha. Nunzo, you have some struggles pushing the cart, but it's not roll struggles. It's just tedious as you push the heavy box of chains to the House of Cha. And as you all walk in, let me just double check what's in here.
Jesus.
Oh, boop. He's not here. Deleted. Boop.
What about the two
Boop.
fellows on the left? No, they're dead.
They've been murdered.
Ethan, no.
Daniel comes by. Oh yeah, do you guys want some bacon danishes? Yeah, I found some pigs outside. Took care of them quick.
Holy shit.
Fennel's not here. Don't tell her I said that. That did happen. Anyways. And yes, you walk into the House of Cha. It's completely empty. All but for the familiar faces of Tanilla and Umbrian standing at the desk. And... what's her face? Ashtwa. Take a shot every time I say what's her face before Ashtwa. I swear, I never remember her name. That's what you
should
get.
do that. I'm
That's what you get for using what do you call it? Fantasy naming generator for characters. Anyways. Oh, hey Scorval, thank you for the hydrated the stretchies. Let's go. Welcome to our D&D session.
kidding. Does Tanil see us coming in?
Yes, she does. She says, "Oh, customers! Hello everyone. How y'all doing?"
Doing good. So, was I able to bring the cart on the inside of?
Yeah, you didn't have much issue, and yes, she sees you wheel, the heavy box. Welcome back, Vis. And she looks a bit intrigued on it. Got delivery, Nenzo?
Yeah, it's heavy. It's really heavy.
Oh, well, I'm not really one to carry it. Is it what I think it is?
Yeah, it is. But don't worry, I can still move the cart.
Can you make me a dexterity check? Just a general dexterity.
Am I gonna get crushed in the wall or something?
No, I don't think so, unless you roll really bad.
Okay.
That was a dex save, but we'll still take it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're able to, like, this little, step in between, like, the lower portion and the upper portion, you're able to just delicately bring it down, and then bring it back up, and bring it right next to Tanilla right here. I'll put, like, a box there.
Oh, so I would have gotten crushed if I failed that.
Either that or broken her wall, I don't know.
Oh, are you
Or broken her floor. Here, I'll just place that there. Oh, so Grimthrick was reliant in providing you your bronze chains.
He was. He was.
Wonderful. Um, well then, does that mean you would like to commence it now? I can prepare the greenhouse in but a few moments.
Sure, we can. How long is this going to take?
Hmm, maybe an hour, two at most.
Okay, just let me relay this information to my group before then. Alright?
Alright, I will get things ready. Boop, 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 boop. And
Alright,
she
everyone.
disappears into the greenhouse.
I'm gonna be gone for about an hour or so, but I just want to relay this information to you over because I know we still got the sickle thing to figure out. What do you plan on doing with that?
I don't know at this point. I was kind of hoping that was my smoking gun, but it was not.
Well, you did mention something about a missing sickle from Jeremiah's room, but something tells me that might not be the best idea to see Jeremiah.
Well, I was kind of hoping he was still hospitalized, but you know.
Never be afraid to try. What's
Oh,
the
I'm not.
worst?
I'm just not telling the lawfully good character.
You're right, okay. Sorry.
Well, I'm not even lawfully good. I think I'm true neutral on alignment.
I don't feel like that sometimes.
Hold on. Neutral good.
I would say with how you're playing, maybe
Yeah.
switch that to lawful neutral, if anything.
Lawful neutral.
And that alignment can change throughout the game, just letting you know. That is something that changes as the characters are played.
Well, if you insist. Just want to inform you, so if you were wondering why I'm gone for a long time, you know why.
Alright.
I didn't tell you the exact reason, but that's not important.
Be safe. Don't talk to strangers.
Or do.
No,
I'm not your mom.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
We can keep ourselves busy in the meantime.
Alright. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Alright. And you will head there and go with Tanilla to do those preparations. In the meantime, Malthus, Ignis, and Vess, what are you guys doing?
Anyways, we gotta break into the old guy's house.
I'll wave at Ashtwa with a big smile on my face.
Vess, it's very evident to tell she doesn't have a happy face. Your normal, joyous yelling and waving is met by a simple just hand raise. And she looks intensely just staring at her tea.
Now, I don't know her very well, but that seems out of character.
Yeah. I'll walk over and ask her what's going on, or I'll see what. Yeah.
Hi, Vess.
You doing okay?
Not particularly. Everyone is giving looks of disdain, Nazish. Today, it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
And I've heard that some people are Everyone is suspecting us now, so I'm on edge.
That's fair.
What's And then I heard what happened when you went to the cave. Thank you for saving our elder's life. Because I'm definitely sure that if it weren't for you there, he would have succumbed to the wolves, he told us. It was odd, to say the least. That's never happened before. I don't know. I've just been trying to put my head against, or like, calm my mind these last couple days. Trying to do my best. I even planted some of that one plant that you're curious about, monkshood. I planted some of those bulbs the other day. Hopefully I can get them back eventually when they grow up.
I know you'll raise them nicely.
You see a kind smile. I appreciate that. You know, Yuden wouldn't do something like this, right?
I don't believe that it's any of the Alicans.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, thanks for talking with me again, Vess. And also, Elder Thinefoot wanted to say, you all are friends to the Alican clan. If you ever need sanctuary or just have any questions for any of us, you're always welcome onto the estate now.
Thanks for letting me know.
Of course.
Well, if you ever need anything, just let me know. See what I can do.
Oh, there is one small thing, if you have a moment. Could you check on Ricky? Or not Ricky, Darwin? He missed supper last night and then ran straight to his room. I think the adults were talking about something that happened, but I didn't hear. If you just see him, check on him for me, will you? He doesn't really enjoy his older cousin talking and such on his behalf. But if you do see him, yes, please.
Yeah. If I see him, I'll make sure to check in on him. See how he's doing.
Thank you so much. I won't bother you too much anymore.
No worries.
Yeah,
Well,
the joyous squirrel folk woman that you've gotten close to just seems defeated at this point. It's kind of hard to see her compared to the state that she once lively lived as.
I'll head back to our table.
Alright. Alrighty, y'all. What are you three up to?
Nothing good.
It might be a
True.
good time now, considering that he's busy with that crowd at the mayor's house.
Yeah?
I mean,
I agree.
All right, let's go. Waste no time.
alright.
Alright.
Sooner we get this done, the better.
Denzo. Will you join me in private room for about a month? Actually, nah. I think private room is for stuff that, if you guys want it to be private. But Nunzo, you see through the glass that. Oh, is he BRB? I can't fully tell.
He's typing.
I mean,
Wait, I was muted. Wait.
Yeah, yeah, you're muted. Okay. Nunzo, you see your companions leave the House of Cha through the greenhouse, and you see Tanilla is looking around the chains, putting them in a certain order, and she says, now, Nunzo, you'll need to strip down. You can keep your underwear, of course, but you have to have the chains wrapped around your body.
I understand.
And taking off your clothes, she begins to lay the chain around your arms, like under your arms, around your torso, around your neck, almost like she's locking you up in these chains. And as she's doing this, she'll say, now, like I said, Nunzo, this isn't something you can easily undo. This is a very drastic change in your life. And though many people, I will warn you, will see this as a normal situation after the fact. Nunzo will be gone, and you will be reborn as your true self. But I must warn you, are you sure you want to go through with this?
I'm certain.
And after she's done wrapping the chains, she'll place a gentle hand caressing your face. Oh, my beautiful girl. I'm glad that I'm able to help you in this situation. Now, she'll go over and pick up the quill and the paper. Write your wishes on here, and once you're done, we can begin.
Can I freely move my arms, or am I stuck?
No, it's not wrapped up to the point where you can't move your limbs. Your hands are free. Though it's a bit uncomfortable, you can still write.
Okay.
My apologies, I got overexcited. Should have had you write that first. And Nunzo, you don't have... If you wrote anything, you can read it. Or you can put it in the chat for everyone to see. But if you didn't, that's fine.
I didn't write anything down specifically. Would it just be a description?
Yeah. The spell itself requires... Let me double check. Let's see. A parchment written by the target with a wish of their new form.
Alright.
But yeah, if you didn't have anything written, you can just write something in, or you can just whisper it to me, in the Roll20 chat. Do you know how to whisper?
Yeah, /W.
and then select Eden.
Right.
Alrighty. Now, with that out of the way and preparations, let's continue with the three of you. I'll say you take about 5-ish minutes as you walk towards the Magwig Farms.
All right.
And you arrive outside of the farmhouse. You don't see anyone or anything out in the pasture. And the house seems to be quiet.
You think he's been home since?
Who knows?
If not, the back door might still be unlocked. So let's go check that.
Alright.
Yep.
Through the back.
Roll me all perception checks as you head
boy.
towards the back. I think there's something that you might have forgotten, but I'll just have it based on the roll.
I don't see anything.
Nope.
You don't.
I don't think
Ignis?
Wow.
Oh wait, I know.
Ignis?
We'll see.
You still fail with that, unfortunately. Actually, no. The DC was 10, so you succeed with that, Vess. So, Malphus. Yeah,
Where's the
no,
Bard of Tragic when you need one? Or Bard of Tragedy.
it's quite comical. Vess and Ignis, you recall it immediately. But you still humor Vess, or humor Malphus, as you see him sneaking around through the middle between the farmhouse and the storage area, or the shed. And he goes over to the door and jiggles the locked door, and you hear him curse in Infernal. But the two of you just look, maybe you turn your heads 30 degrees and see still the large gaping hole in the middle of the farmhouse. But Malphus, you're still wiggling at the door. You're thinking Vess probably has tools that could pick those.
I have tools.
While he's doing this, can I walk into the house and open the door?
Oh yes, very easily.
I'm thinking about this smooth jazz we got going on.
Rainy autumn cafe with smooth jazz music. Wow, did we finish? Oh, we finished the other one. Okay, let's do tavern music 24/7. All right. Yeah, Vess, you don't even need to make a stealth check. Malphus's perception was so bad that you're just able to walk through the door. And persona for real, Vess. But yeah, you walk through it, and you open the door. Malphus, you're surprised to see the face of Vess open the door. You're confused. You're perplexed. Can Vess teleport?
Not yet.
Yes. Oh.
Hello.
There was a little hole that I snuck through.
Oh. Can I come in?
Yeah.
Alright. Anyways, I'll make my way to that back room that I saw the tools originally.
His bedroom?
Yes. I can't remember if it was its own room or his bedroom, but yeah.
Yeah, it was in his bedroom. And you walk over to the room, and it appears locked, actually.
Alright. Well,
Don't even have to say anything, just... Oh! Vess!
Alright.
Vess, good news, bad news. Good news, you're able to open up the door. Bad news, it seems while you were lockpicking, you were still laughing about the humorous situation with Malphus. In your with not full focus, you open the door, but you actually break the lock.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it's fine. He's got a hole in his wall. He won't notice.
Good thing I don't leave fingerprints. Anyways.
I don't think that's actually a. Is that actually a feature? Or is that something we just said?
The plasmoids don't have fingerprints. I mean, he's not.
Are we
wrong.
really scanning?
I mean,
for
yeah,
fingerprints and
yeah. I don't think he would be like forensics. I'm just saying. I don't think that was a
Fancy
feature if it
forensics.
happens.
So
I mean,
that's why I was confused about the pick or the site. All right.
Now who knows? Maybe he has a little chunk of plasmoid slime on the lock.
We'll just say
I mean,
that
I
we
can
were here
hold
the
that.
day of
I
the.
can hold my shape. I don't like drip.
Oh, okay. You're not. That
Uh,
slimy.
But yeah, the door still swings open though. Although one of your tools is protruding out of the lock, and like a small, like metal piece falls out of the door handle.
Nice.
I accidentally knocked one of the pins loose. Oh well.
Anyways, all right. Let's see if we got a match here.
All right. You walk into the house and you can see evidently all his pristine farming tools there. And like I said prior, you can no
Hi,
bots.
sorry for bothering you. I want to
No
offer.
bots. Bye. You can time out bot unless you follow. Then you can promote whatever you want. No, don't say that. Then they'll
A
all come.
permaban. Not even a 10 minutes. Just
Wow.
out of here.
You will. You will
You know.
not hear the end.
Oh, I thought I timed out. My bad. But yes, you look at the tools, and evidently, the farming sickle is the only missing tool here.
So, I mean, I guess I'll just put it on the wall to see if it matches the silhouette of like the right. Because you said it had like a silhouette-ish.
Yeah, there's a
Spot.
silhouette, and you place it there, and it seems like a match. It seems like it would match the rest of the tools. Like all the tools are simple; they're just all pristinely taken care of. All opposed from this farming sickle that is rusted and a bit degraded.
Me too. Anyways,
I'm putting that in quote list.
it speaks for itself. But what do we do with this information? Yes, just me and my thoughts in this room, because I'm alone.
I mean, what do you want us to do with this information?
Yeah, I don't know what. Eat it. I don't know.
Eat it. What?
Listen, you gotta just be people. What? How do you react? That's what roleplay is. You gotta think
I
on
know,
your
I know.
feet.
I don't know. I really do feel like it is Jeremiah though, and that I don't have any bias behind that.
Me neither.
So, what do we think of the other dude that was with Jeremiah and other kid?
Ricky.
Oh, Maynard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I did it this time. I remembered the.
Good job, Malphus.
I don't know. I don't like him. I think our next best bet is maybe trying to talk to Ricky about that night. Also, if we believe this to be lycanthropy, whatever that word is, even if he isn't our culprit, he's been attacked, which means he now carries the curse as well.
That is true.
Anyways, want to head back to the house of Cha so we're not standing in the middle of a house
Yeah.
that we broke
Yeah.
a lock into?
Of course.
We can brainstorm. And I'll take the sickle too. I'm not gonna leave it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Did you want to look at anything else here? Or just leaving the way you came?
I mean, the door was locked. Is there anything different about the room?
True.
Yes, it does look like there were people here, opposed from the other time. I will say, even the dining area where the blood is, most of the blood has dried. There might still be some residual puddles, but you also do see some wheeled markings that are covered in blood that are new. You just suspect that maybe he ran over a puddle and just trailed it along.
Some more along the lines like people are probably here to help clean up a bit.
Yeah. Actually, roll me a perception check. If you're
Great,
looking
'cause
at this Malphus.
I've been doing great at these all night. Yep.
Yeah, you don't take notice of anything.
That's all for me then.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to do here.
Alright.
I
Good.
don't.
So how are you leaving?
I'm leaving through the very tiny, totally small hole in the wall.
Alright.
I'm leaving through the way that we came in.
I'll leave through the door and lock it behind me.
Okay, I was going to ask afterwards, you did not lock the door, but you did. You were easily able to do that.
I wasn't going to lock the door, but
And I'll say you get up to here before actually you see two people. You see the two residents coming up the path. They don't seem to notice you at the moment. Get out of here, crowd. But they seem to be approaching your way.
Do we walk out of the way, or?
It's just two random residents.
No, you see Jeremiah and Ricky,
oh, okay.
the residents of the farm.
This way.
Are we hiding behind that?
I guess.
Roll me stealth checks.
Oh
All
my
three of you.
God.
I feel like
Alright.
we would have been out of the way, but
And also,
Do you have any more
No.
psychic dice, Vest?
oh yeah.
Do I have to tell you if it fails or not, and then you can't do it, or is it like Bardic Inspirations where you can add it before, but not after?
I don't. I knew,
Because
to know that after I roll it, you have to tell me if the dice changed it to succeed or not.
okay. So you expend it regardless. Okay. And then I'll tell you. Roll one psionic dice and add the number. Yes, okay. So, I wouldn't tell you if it succeeds or fails until you roll that. And then if I've already claimed that it succeeds or fails, you can't add it.
Well, because
It's
it
like
says
a
if
bardic
you
inspiration.
fail- it says specifically if you fail, then you get to use the Cybolster now.
Where does it say? Oh wait, if you
When you're
fail in a
yeah, no, fail an ability check using a skill or tool you have proficiency, you can roll a psionic energy dice to add the number to the roll check, potentially turning failure into success, and then you expend the die only if the rolls succeed.
Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. So, I'll tell you if it fails or succeeds, and then you can add that.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, 14, 12, and 9. With 2 successes, I will say that you are able to sneak past. They might just catch the glimpse of a black cloak bellowing in the wind far off, but they don't take much note. And you see them walk into their house. But Nunzo, let me just quickly say, the ritual has commenced after you, written that piece of paper. She begins to make incantations, and you can feel a magic energy flowing through the chains. It feels like tingling, almost hurting, but not completely. As you can feel your very cells, your very body, uh, attuning itself to this magical presence. It will still take an hour.
Alright.
So what I'm getting at is he's in this greenhouse in full gear with his underwear chained up.
Yeah, have you returned to the House of Cha?
Yeah.
I will ask you to make... Or what's your passive perceptions? Anyone with a 15 or
13.
higher.
I'm not gonna roll. I'm just here for the tea.
I have a 16 passive.
Alright, yeah, only Vess. Only Vess can see, you're the only one that takes note of the magical energy flowing, through the glass panes. And you take note that you see Nunzo just in his underwear, wrapped in bronze chains. And,
Oh, Jesus
magical, blue energy is flowing through those bronze chains.
Cool. I mean, hey, everyone's into their own thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll sit back down on our table.
If I knew about this, I would slap you.
Yeah, you're facing back to the door, Nunzo, so you can't see anyone.
I wouldn't know.
Tanilla would actually probably say something along the lines of, you might want to face away from there, just for your own sake. Oh, I can't change this, it's fine. Ryan Reynolds, no!
Ryan!
Ryan Reynolds makes a special appearance.
Oh my gosh. Ryan Reynolds plays Tanilla in the movie. So are you guys doing anything? You still have, like, maybe a little less than an hour before Nunzo is complete. Are you just waiting, or are you gonna commence and do more stuff?
I'm snacking.
Alright. Yeah, you can consider this a short rest if that matters to anybody. I don't believe that does. You get your psionic dice at a long rest, correct?
Yes, but I do have a ability. This one. Yeah, I'll use that to regain psionic energy dice.
Alright.
Yeah, until I finish short one, so
Okay,
I'll regain one and then short rest.
got it. Ignis, are you doing anything?
No.
Okay.
Here for a cup of tea.
And alright. Then everybody is just waiting for the next hour. Nunzo, roll me 3 Arcana checks.
Arcanas. Okay. should be on the top of the list.
That's the third one.
Okay. 1, 2, ouch. 3, ouch.
All right. So, throughout this process, I'll say you did those 3 rolls over the hour. Let me double check something.
Owie. That hurts.
All right. So Nenzo, after the hour has passed, and you've just been standing there with the chains flowing with magic energy wrapped around your body, and as the hour is passing, and Tanilla has been sitting down ever since she did the incantation. It's just like a waiting process for her. But she stands up as she senses the spell is almost complete. Nanzo, or should I say, Naomi, the chains, the bronze chains that you spent so much time procuring, break into individual pieces as the blue energy erupts out of them, and you can feel your body shift all together. You feel your hair grow longer and silkier. You can feel your facial features and your whole body in general beginning to form and shift. You lose your masculine flat chest and you grow women stuff.
Brett.
Sorry, I didn't want to say the word. I felt nasty saying it. I don't mean to like sexualize it or anything. I just like you're in the midst of fully becoming a woman, and after a moment, you rise to the ground as you feel the peak of magical energy flow through your body before you fall to the ground as the spell has completed. Naomi, welcome to the Gallow Runners.
Hello.
Immediately, Tanilla will wrap a blanket over you, covering your body, and she'll look happily. Hello. Who might you be? And she says it with all the warmth in her heart.
Hello. I am Naomi.
And her smile drops slightly. Oh, I see. Unfortunately, the spell didn't work in its totality. And she'll stand you up. Naomi, though you made your wishes quite known on the piece of parchment, there are 2 factors that you take note of as you get used to your new body. First of all, you notice one of your eyes, like you've stated you wished, was blue. But the other one is now a very dark brown, almost like a black color. Actually, no, not a black color. Amber color, very woven-like. So you have heterochromia now. Second of all, Nunzo, roll me a d4. Evens are increase, odds are decrease. So, decrease. That's not great. How tall was Nunzo?
5'8".
Unfortunately, the second caveat to the spell not working in its totality is it appears that you've shrunken. You are now 5'1".
Holy crap, that is a big difference.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 on the die. It was a D8, so that was high, but yeah, so you find yourself much shorter, and through the glass you can see your eyes are now two different colors. One that you're used to, because you had blue eyes in the past, correct?
Yeah.
But the second one is an amber gold color. I'm so sorry about this. I can try to fix it. It might take me a while to research. I must have done something wrong in the incantation and such. I'm sorry, Naomi.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Um, but may I say, you're beautiful. You really are.
Thank you.
Here, let me help you get dressed. And she'll help you get dressed into your clothes. Naomi, you actually find that all the clothes that you wore in your previous form are now form fitting to you. They seem to be an exact fit.
Well, I got that going for me, I guess.
And if you have any other issues, she'll say that as she's escorting you out of the room. If you have any more issues, or if you do want me to try and fix the situation with your height or your eyes, I really am sorry once again. Feel free to ask.
It's okay. Thank you so much.
Alright. And with you fully dressed, you step outside. Ignis, Vess, and Malphus. You see Naomi. Your traveling companion, Naomi. That you've known for a couple months now. And you see her walk out with Tanilla perfectly fine. If you do want to add a little drama, you can do an Arcana check, but I will admit it is a high one.
You know what? Let's see what happens.
What are we doing? Sorry.
Like,
You see Tanilla and your companion that you've known this whole time, Naomi, walk out. And you can do an Arcana check for Vest that will fail.
Sadly, I
If
can't use my dice on that.
Alright, just, yeah, yeah, you just see your regular old companion, Naomi.
I have the
Wait.
wrong version.
Let me message something to you, Nunzo. Or
Oh,
Naomi.
Oh, is this like we thought it was Naomi with us the entire time? Or
I will say,
just so I know how to roleplay this correctly.
yes, you, in your mind, you've been traveling with Naomi this whole time.
Okay.
I will adjust the eyes to a little bit. You said amber?
Yes. Oh, but yes, the blue streaks in your hair do have appeared.
That's good.
though.
This is what you're doing.
Care to join us for some tea?
Yeah, I just came to join for some tea.
So,
Um,
what were you
Nice.
doing?
what do you mean I was doing? We just used the bronze chains and all that.
Well, yeah, you got bronze chains, but what'd you do with them?
I will say, for the sake of role playing, you did tell them that you were you used the bronze change for a spell. I don't think you. They wouldn't necessarily recall exactly the spell though. In this situation.
I used it for a transformation spell.
Okay then.
You're looking at me strangely.
Am I?
Maybe it's just me. I decided to sit over here.
All right. And
Well,
with
if you're happy, money well spent.
Thank you.
and alrighty, with that, I think that will be a good place to end the session for the night. Only an hour over.
It's fine.
Half an hour, it's fine.
Let's go. But alrighty, y'all. Thank you guys once again for joining for another session.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
You are a great DM.
Aw, thank you. You guys are great players. And yeah, we will be back next week for another session of the Gallow Runners. I think you, chat won't know what I'm talking about, but Link and Delta, I think you might be right. But there's still hope. But alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna go end stream. As always, everyone go make sure to check out everyone's tags down below. They are in the panel for all the D&D players. Shout out to everybody who played today. And yeah, I will be right back. Just gonna go end my stream. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Alrighty, y'all. And with that, that will be the end of tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching another amazing stream. I hope you guys had an absolute blast, because I certainly did. If you're new around here, consider dropping that follow and also checking out my socials, my Discord, and my VODs page. Oh, right, I don't have any of those. They're down in the panel as well. Yeah, we don't raid out tonight, or on D&D nights. So yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and see you guys tomorrow for some Hades 2! Hades 2! I'm so excited. I love Hades. I'm so excited to try out the early access for Hades 2. And also we're going to be playing some Cornucopia. So yes, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and see you guys next time. Bye!